Got to talk about Harry. Prince Harry had a bit of a dirty day in the British legal system today. We got pictures of him here turning up at court because he didn't turn up yesterday. He sort of kept everyone waiting for his own personal preferences, but he turned up at court. And let's get a bit of a scene setter here from Patrick Christie's, who was talking earlier to Sharry. He's from GB News and has been covering the case. Have a look.
We were treated initially to a 22,000-word opening statement from Prince Harry, a witness statement. That was where he put his side across. That was his day in court. But that, I'm afraid, is about as good as it got for Harry, because this is about the truth, not his truth. And it's about facts, and the facts were about as thin on the ground as his hair.
That's a bit cruel. Lucky I wasn't in the dock. But the thing is here, we'll come to some of what came out in a moment, but the thing is here, I have enormous sympathy on one level for a young bloke who's in that media spotlight when he was out here in Australia trying to get away from it all, and people were still doing stories and whatever. But the thing is, both his mother tragically before him and he and his wife now, they caught this stuff. They make money and fame out of this. Absolutely. They play the media game and they want all the benefits without the drawbacks. I think, as another commentator said today, these Meghan and Harry have been invading their own privacy.
Yeah, 100%. What about your book deal? What about that Netflix series we all suffered through? And now he gets up today. He is on a victimhood binge. Everything he said, he's like, oh, people claim that James Hewitt was my dad. I'm like, mate, have you looked in the mirror? Everyone was just genuinely confused, okay? Had a terrible time in Australia. I think private investigators were hired. Piers Morgan is the most horrible human being on the planet. And what we just heard there from the fellow at GB News was quite right, because the whole point of this case is to prove that they had access illegally somehow to information that they shouldn't have had, and they published it. So this long tirade of victimhood, poor me, doesn't actually go to prove anything on the balance of probabilities. This is a civil case. That's what you need to prove. So while we're hearing a lot of, you know, the smallest world's smallest violin playing here, it doesn't actually seem to be effective in terms of forming his case against these press media giants.